A homemade crust, fresh ingredients, and a reputation that spans more than 2 decades. New York style is a main ingredient in Nanaimo's restaurant scene.
Service is the key to a good restaurant. You have to have good service, and then you have to have good food. You just can't get away with it. And I guess the third thing you have to have a good location.
Owner Pete MALTESEN is also president of the BC Restaurant Association and says that although he's well established, times are tough.
I'm paying the bills and I'm making a little bit of money, but I can tell you January, February, March, April was tough for me. That's really, really hard. And it's come back now, like since spring, summer kicked in, but I'm not immune to it.
Recently, 4 restaurants closed in Nanaimo's downtown core. Front Street Grill, Dancing Goat Coffee, the Modern Cafe, and the Diners Rendezvous. The smoking ban a few years ago at its various stages, as well as the fairly recent decrease in alcohol limits, along with the HST, an increase in minimum wage, and a declining economy. Some say it made for the perfect storm.
It is a perfect storm, like the minimum wage hit a lot of restaurants up. This whole thing that's going on now in Nanaimo, where you see some restaurants shutting down and whatnot, it's the HST that's killing them. It really is.
The rough waters of making a profit in the restaurant business isn't limited to downtown. Rumors that Moxie's, Earl's, and Swiss Chalet are also closing were denied when we spoke to them. Each admit it's been challenging times, but claim they are absolutely not closing.
I hate to be a Kilroy and say this, but there is too many restaurants in Nanaimo. There really is. There's not enough room for everybody, and the ones that are coming into it, they come in here with rose-colored glasses on.
But it isn't all doom and gloom. There are some success stories. FIBBER MAGEES just opened in Nanaimo's old remodeled train station, and it's the 3rd restaurant for owners Jane IVENS and her family, who also own the Fox and Hounds and the Black Goose in Parksville.
It is a challenging time for restaurants. I think what we try and do is, the basic thing is we try and give people what they want. When times are hard, I don't still fully know how it is in Canada, but I do know that when times are a little bit hard in England, what's the first thing people want to do? They want to go to their local pub, or their local, as we'd say, and kind of, drown their sorrows and kind of have a little chat with everybody else about, oh, it's not very good and times are hard. People are going to come into their local.
I usually go to cruelty-free vegan restaurants. I'm all about saving the environment these days.
I don't really drink, but it's still pricey to get around.
I don't dine out too often because I think I'm a bit of a food snob, and I don't find good quality restaurants here in town.
The price has got to definitely be right, and the freshness and quality.
Something different, good food, good atmosphere, not too expensive.
So there isn't just one factor in the closure of these local restaurants, but Pete says getting rid of the HST is the solution.
Now we're kind of worried about what they're going to replace it with. They're supposed to be PST, but how much are they going to give it? So that's a bit of a worry, but I think the HST it's a big one.
Though it's uncertain what will replace it, one thing for sure, the HST will be gone as of April 1st, 2013. In Nanaimo, I'm Kelly Robinson.